Welcome back, guys, to the Khaos Kreed Podcast, where I bring you committed messages for the rebel-minded and take my position as a messenger to inspire you to find your purpose and follow your creed. Alright, guys, so we're back for the third episode of the Khaos Kreed Podcast, and I get little bubblies every time I start one of these. Like, it's only number 3 too. Isn't that weird? Does that go away? I don't know. I don't know. I was a little late to getting this done. I'm recording now on a Sunday. I'll have it up and published. Usually I would have it out on a Saturday, but it's been a week. It's been a crazy week. I've had a lot of work stuff going on, and there's just so much, which is weird because I used to want to be this busy. I don't know if it was more about the challenge of how busy I would be, or if it was just me overcoming the thought that I was not able to handle being adult like this. I do also want to kind of apologize for those of you that know what my brand is about, and those of you that have seen how I speak and read what I write. I definitely come off as more preachy. I come off as more one to tell instead of one to guide, and one to really just give out as much as I can. And I really do plan on changing that. I think it's a little bit of a hereditary trait that I have. So that's something that I will be working on. We all have things to work on, and that is definitely one of mine, because I definitely want to be able to connect with you guys genuinely, and I want to be able to connect with you guys so that we can learn and grow together through all this stuff. So let's move on to what we're going to talk about today. And I did some research on this. It's been a while since I've actually dove into this subject, but I had a guy ask me if we could talk about the law of attraction. And I was like, of course, yeah, the law of attraction would be an awesome topic. And if any of you are skeptical about this, just give me a few minutes of your time here. I know a lot of you maybe have heard about the law of attraction. Maybe some of you guys have seen The Secret. If you have, I hope you loved it. But just to kind of normalize this, The Secret and how it speaks about the law of attraction is so inflated, I guess. It really takes this concept and beautifies the hell out of it to a point to where people are signing off. You know, they think, this is ridiculous. This is too outside the realm of real. I'm going to try to clear this up a little bit. But just starting out, I found some things, some of it's from Wikipedia, just so you know. But I also looked up who else believes in the law of attraction. There's actually a lot of celebrities, a lot of people that you would know. There's a lot of people like Oprah Winfrey, Jim Carrey, Will Smith. There's a lot of people that actually believe in how this works, and they would swear by it because of where they are now. And it's not some selling point, There's nothing that is really being gained by telling you that you can get everything you want by the way that you think. And so let's kind of dive into this. So the definition of the law of attraction is the belief that positive or negative thoughts bring positive or negative experiences into a person's life. That's pretty straightforward, right? So if it doesn't make sense really yet, let's keep going with this. People that follow this method, people that follow this thought process, it's generally a combination of cognitive reframing techniques and affirmations like creative visualization to replace all of our limiting beliefs, our self-destructive things that are going on in our head, with things that are more powerful, things that are positive, things that are more adaptive, so we can understand how we think and move into the things that we want to manifest in our life. So I found some things, and they were kind of interesting to me. These are the things that I found on Wikipedia, so it's kind of weird. But supposedly the history of the law of attraction comes from Buddha relaying that to man and talking about how your thoughts become things. And so it didn't really come into, I guess, scripted and written out teachings until late 19th century, I guess. And so there's these teachings of the new thought origins of the law of attraction by this guy named Phineas Quimby. And from what I was reading, he was diagnosed with tuberculosis. Well, his medicinal treatments weren't working, so he decided to start taking a carriage ride through his hometown. He regained his strength, he recovered. He prompted it was mind over body. He never really used the words of law of attraction. But this is how he explained his concept between what happened and what his condition was. Quote, "The trouble is in the mind, for the body is only the house for the mind to dwell in, and we put a value on it according to its worth. Therefore, if your mind has been deceived by some invisible enemy into a belief, you have put it into the form of a disease with or without your knowledge." So, as you can see, it kind of keeps going back to this thing of mind over matter. This thing of what you think is what you believe, and what you believe is what you eventually will manifest. What are you thinking right now? In your position in life right now, where are you? Are you where you want to be? If you're not, are you in a negative spot? And if you are in a negative spot, are you negatively thinking? Do you know if you're negatively thinking? This concept of law of attraction, it's not just about the thinking. It's not about wishing and things that will come true. This is about reframing how you do things in your mind. And that reframing is understanding the way your thoughts work. This reframing is about finding out the good that actually happens in your life, basically finding the silver lining and creating that positivity. It's about reprogramming your mind to find the positive things in life so that you can give yourself that constant gratitude, that constant application of gratitude, I guess. And so I'd kind of like to express what this has done for me a little bit. It was really hard for me to think that the law of attraction was a real thing, especially when I watched The Secret. It just seemed too floaty. It seemed too good to be true. It seemed like people trying to sell an idea just to make you feel good about your life. But when you really dig into it and you really start thinking about the things that you desire, how else do you get there if you're not positive about your life? If you're not positive about getting those things, if you think that you're never going to get them, you never will, because you'll never take the actions to it. And I think that's the big thing about the law of attraction is it's about how you think. It's about how you think about yourself. It's about how you think of the things that you want. And if you're going to believe in something, you're going to act on something. And if you're going to act on something, you're going to act differently than your daily routine. You're going to take steps. My own experience, I've seen this start to work. I've seen how this comes to be. Because I was an electrician. I still am an electrician, to be completely honest. But I always thought that's what I was. And because that's what I thought I was, I never tried to be anything else. And because I never tried to be anything else, I was also miserable. Because I thought that's what I had to be. And if you're somebody that's in this position, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not a great feeling. And so after I changed my thought process, after I just started getting really, really curious, that's when it really started to make sense. Because you can't gain anything. You can't act on anything unless your brain says you can. Unless you do that first and let it. It's mind over matter, right? It's a constant progression. I just started to branch out into what it was that I was supposed to be. And the closer I got to what I thought I was supposed to be, which was because of the attributes about myself that I realized that I had, the good benefits that I thought that I had, I knew that I could put them towards something. Now, figuring out that something has been crazy difficult. But because I believed in what I was capable of, because I believed in my abilities, because I believed that I was meant to do something, I started to be very curious on what that was. I believed that I was meant to help people. I created Khaos Kreed because I believed that it was for something. I believed I could be the messenger. I believed that I could have a podcast, so I made a podcast. I believed that I could be a powerlifter, so I became a powerlifter. You have to think on what you are and what you want, and then make it so. And so there's a lot of stuff out there that you can actually change. It's all about the thought process first. There's even this quote from the Bible. It's like a line or a excerpt, or I know there's a name for it. But Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. The hard part about this is it's just very, very hard to retrain your brain. And what happens in our daily life is everything that affects us externally is affecting us emotionally, right? And so if we don't have a control over these, if we don't have a positive thought process on what these things are doing to us, we're overwhelmed. Our thoughts and our emotions will take over super, super quick. And if we're not self-aware of what's happening, then we can't stop it in its tracks. And we can't hold true to our reframing. We can't hold true to our want to build in the positive and the right direction. So in ending, I don't believe ignorance is bliss. I think ignorance is our fast track to misery. If you want to get on top of things, if you want to learn how to get where you want to go, if you want to figure out the best way to get all the things that you want in life, in your love life, in your physical and mental health, in all of your success, even if it's financially, if you want success in your life, you have to be open-minded. It's all about the thought process first. Everything you want comes after, but you have to believe what you can be, you already are now. So, guys, do some research on the law of attraction. Let me know what you think. I'm out. I don't think I've had enough food today or rest, so I'm going to work on that. In all of its simplicity, thought creates belief, belief creates action, action creates results. I wish you guys the best for today. I'll talk to you guys next week. We'll find a new topic, and we'll keep going. We'll keep grinding. We'll keep being rebel-minded. Let's do this, guys. I'm out. Stay strong, soldiers.